Procurement system, also known as e-GPS, is threatening to paralyze services in the public sector. The implementation of the new procurement system, being fronted by the National Treasury, is facing stiff resistance from MPs and governors, citing legal and logistical concerns. However, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi insists the electronic platform is the key to eliminating corruption and ensuring transparency in public procurement. Milito Tenges reports.
A standoff persists between members of Parliament and Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi over the implementation of the electronic government procurement system, e-GPS. The system, intended to digitize all government procurement processes, has met resistance from MPs who argue it is premature and impractical under current conditions. Appearing before the National Assembly Committee on the implementation of the Constitution, Treasury CS Mbadi stood firm on the government's position.
We have debt sustainability questions. We cannot increase taxation anymore, and therefore we have to look for ways of how to prudently use the resources that we have. One of the areas that has been identified as the source of leakage of public resources is the procurement.
But MPs were not convinced. They argue that many institutions are ill-equipped to implement the system, and the law still allows for manual procurement.
It doesn't matter what the government thinks. It's what the law says. That's all that matters. And the law provides for both electronic and manual.
Constituencies in northern Kenya where people are not yet connected to power and Wi-Fi and all this. Those constituencies, the CDF programs, how much they will delay.
And I want you to assure this committee, it is not because of Washington pressure that you must implement this so that there's some funding to be released.
MPs are now demanding clarity on whether the Treasury will comply with the directive issued by the House.
Funds were released in the month of June, some even in July, and you want them to comply to a system that you've not trained them on. So you've shut down the entire country for this period. That is the challenge you're facing both in courts and even with the House.
MPs further demanded to know how the e-procurement system was procured and how much it cost.
Chairman, this system is not owned by someone in India. This system is actually owned by us. The person you are referring to, you are probably referring to the supplier or the service provider. The contracting of service provider to develop and implement the EG system software was concluded in April 2022 at a cost of 387,567,570. And this is a joint venture between Sybil is SYBYL Kenya with iSourcing Technologies PVT of India.
Milito Tenges, Citizen TV.